Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Forrest from Rocky Mountain School of Photography, and today I want to take a look at a really cool little product. This is the RØDE VideoMicro, a small cardioid shotgun microphone that you can add on to any camera. As long as your camera has a microphone port, this is a great way to improve the audio. Now, a couple of quick disclaimers before we dive into the video. Number one, I am not a pro videographer. I'm mostly a photographer, but I like to do occasional videos on the side outside of this YouTube channel and my personal YouTube channel. So that's disclaimer number one. Disclaimer number two, this is a $60 microphone. So if you're in the market for just a really cheap way to improve the sound in your videos, check this review out. I think it'll be really good for you. Let's go ahead and dive in. First, I want to take a look at this microphone and what it includes. So for 60 bucks, you're going to get the microphone itself. You're going to get a cute little 2.5 millimeter audio jack cable that you can use. It's nicely coiled that will go from the microphone to your camera or other device. It comes with a shock mount, which provides a nice little cushy spot for your microphone to live and will reduce any sort of vibrations transmitted from the camera. And lastly, it includes the fuzzy windscreen or dead cat, whatever you want to call it. Setup is extremely easy. There's no sort of external controls on this microphone. It's just a level that you set in the camera. The microphone pops into the shock mount. The shock mount screws on the hot shoe of your camera. And then lastly, you use the 2.5 millimeter jack adapter or cable to attach the microphone to the mic port of the camera. Super simple setup, super easy. From there, you go into the level controls on the camera. For the audio levels, you either put it on auto if you don't want to worry about it, or you put it on manual and set it to peak, you know, that -6, -10, -15 range, so that you're sure you're not going to clip your audio signal. All right, so setup is very easy. Now, how do I like it? How do I want to talk about that? Well, the big thing is I think most people are going to be comparing this against the internal microphone in their camera. And if you are a user of a camera and you've ever shot video, you probably know how horribly bad almost every built-in microphone in a camera is. They're just not good, and that's just to be expected. So what I want to do first in this review is let you guys hear that. I recommend some headphones for this part of the review because it's going to be way easier to hear the difference. But here's the difference from me talking to my camera about 5 feet away between my GoPro Hero 7 Black and my GoPro Hero 7 Black with this microphone on it. This is the GoPro Hero 7 Black internal microphone at a distance of about 5 feet. This is the GoPro Hero 7 Black with the RØDE VideoMicro at a distance of about 5 feet. The last two clips are in a very controlled audio environment. We have sound blankets set up to control echo, as well as no real ambient sound whatsoever. Just the microphone and my voice are really the only receiving end and noise generating end. So pretty big difference there, pretty easy to hear the differences between the two. Now we're going to do my Fuji X-H1 internal microphone versus the RØDE VideoMicro. This time I'm about 10 feet away from the camera. This is an audio test of the Fuji X-H1 internal microphone at a distance of about 10 feet. RØDE VideoMicro plugged into the Fuji X-H1 at a distance of about 10 feet. All right, so hopefully that made it pretty clear on how this can help you. And again, you guys think about this. 60 bucks gets you the microphone. That's all you got to do. There's no real added thing. You basically just plug this in and you're off to the races, which is awesome. Now, a couple other little things I want to compare is the effectiveness of the windscreen. I think a lot of people are going to be using these microphones in non-ideal audio conditions, not in a nice audio room with furniture blankets dampening sound. And usually it's going to be windy, there's going to be other things going on. So I think a lot of people are going to have this windscreen on most of the time. Here's a comparison with and without the windscreen. So I'm riding about 15 miles an hour right now on the one wheel. Just want to see how the audio sounds. No windscreen on this time. Me personally, I leave my windscreen on whenever I'm outside, and if I'm inside, I have it off, just because I don't like it sitting there all the time. It's just kind of obnoxious, all right? So pretty cool, pretty easy to see and hear those differences. I guess you didn't really see the differences, you heard them. So how would I summarize this? Well, if you shoot video at all and you want your sound to instantly become about 1,000,000 times better, I recommend this wholeheartedly. If you are a professional video shooter though, and you shoot weddings and you do wedding videography, I think you should probably opt for a better option. This is not going to be to the professional level, but for those of you who are just doing like vacation pictures, I use mine on my GoPro. Like I literally mount it to my GoPro. It goes up here on my little GoPro hot shoe, and I use it for that, and it's fantastic for that purpose. So I use it for just fun stuff, and I think that's the best use case. If you guys are looking for a super fun way to improve your audio, this is the way to do it. Now, a couple quick notes on general audio use, because I see a lot of microphones being used improperly, and I want to kind of talk about two main things. Number one is this: your sound will always be better the closer you are to the microphone, and that's regardless of whatever microphone you happen to be using. You guys have probably all been to like a conference or a presentation when someone is handed the microphone, and instead of holding the microphone directly in front of their face, we always like to say like an ice cream cone, they hold it down here, and it's extremely hard to hear if there's no like sound guy bringing up the gain on the levels of the audio. And that's just because the person is so far away from the microphone. Well, the same is true here. If you're using this little microphone and you are a few hundred feet away, as much as you try, you're not going to get a very clean audio signal. You want to be up close, you want to be right on it. Now, for me personally, if you are narrating to a video, if you are vlogging in situations like that, generally this is going to be a couple feet away, which is perfect. The other thing I want to say is this: distance makes a big difference, but so does directionality. This is a cardioid microphone, which means that it picks up most of its sound in the front with a little bit of sound in the back. Well, what that means is you want to have this microphone pointing directly at your face. The more directly it is toward your mouth, the better the audio will be. What that means is when you're vlogging or you're narrating, flip the mic around. If I'm vlogging, I have the microphone pointing at me, and if I'm narrating, I have the microphone still pointing at me, but it's flipped backwards so the camera is pointing at what I'm shooting. So just keep that in mind. Distance and directionality makes a huge difference. Now, I mentioned professional audio a minute ago, or a minute or two later. If you guys are shooting an audio situation where you need good audio at a distance, it probably makes more sense to mic your performer, mic your talent with like a lavalier mic, and use a wireless transmitter to record that signal to your camera at a distance. That way the microphone itself is right on your subject. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. This microphone is great as long as you keep it close to your subject and you speak loudly and you point it directly towards them. The closer you are with all of those situations, the better your audio is going to be. Anyway, I like this thing. I highly recommend it. If you guys do shoot a little bit of video on the side and you don't want your horrible built-in microphone to be your main audio recording device, pick one of these up. There's a link down in the description. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you disliked it, you know what to do. If you guys have a question, comment, concern, whatever it is, leave it in the comment section down below. And lastly, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with future videos. You guys are awesome. Keep shooting. There's more videos coming soon. I think we have a review next week, another review. We have all kinds of things planned. It's an exciting time on YouTube. Some people call this Techtober because there's exciting things. Also, you guys should just look at the news. There's a lot of cool stuff out there right now. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.